Have you ever wondered if Jesus was actually a Stoic? His teachings on self-control, acceptance of suffering, and inner peace sound a lot like Stoicism, don't they? Both emphasize enduring hardship with dignity, letting go of material attachments, and finding strength in wisdom rather than external circumstances. But how deep does this connection really go? Was Jesus simply expressing universal truths that Stoics also embraced? Or is there a stronger link between his philosophy and theirs? Some believe Jesus' emphasis on humility and detachment from worldly concerns aligns perfectly with the Stoic ideal of virtue over pleasure. Others argue that while there are similarities, Jesus' teachings focus more on divine grace and personal faith, whereas Stoicism promotes rational self-sufficiency. So, was Jesus a Stoic sage, or was his message something entirely different? Let's dive into the fascinating connections between Stoicism and Christianity to uncover the truth. Stoicism, founded by Zeno of Citium around 300 BCE, teaches that virtue, rationality, and acceptance of fate are the ultimate keys to a fulfilling life. At its core, Stoicism emphasizes four main principles: living according to nature, understanding and aligning with the natural order of the universe, emotional resilience, mastering one's emotions rather than being ruled by them, accepting what is beyond our control, focusing only on what we can change, pursuing virtue above all else, prioritizing wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance over fleeting pleasures. Famous Stoic philosophers like Epictetus, Seneca, and Marcus Aurelius preach that wisdom comes from mastering emotions, embracing suffering, and remaining unshaken by external events. Interestingly, many of these ideas echo in Jesus' teachings, raising the question: was Jesus unknowingly aligned with Stoic philosophy? One of the strongest connections between Stoicism and Christianity is the emphasis on self-control and overcoming desires. The Stoic belief that true freedom comes from mastery over the self is reflected in Epictetus' famous quote, "Freedom is the control of your own mind." Jesus, too, emphasized inner strength, teaching, "Blessed are the meek, for they will inherit the earth." Both philosophies advocate detachment from impulsive reactions and temptations, suggesting that true power lies in self-discipline rather than worldly dominance. Another striking similarity is the acceptance of fate and suffering. Stoicism teaches that we should not resist life's hardships, but instead embrace them as part of the natural order. Epictetus advised, "Do not seek for things to happen the way you want them to. Rather, wish for things to happen as they do, and you will be happy." This aligns with Jesus' prayer before his crucifixion. "Father, if you are willing, take this cup from me. Yet not my will, but yours be done." Both stress that true peace comes from surrendering to a greater order, whether that be divine will or the natural flow of the universe. Perhaps one of the most profound parallels is the approach to adversity and dealing with enemies. The Stoic idea that it is not events that disturb us, but our perception of them, suggests that suffering is not caused by external circumstances, but by how we interpret them. Jesus expresses a similar view, but takes it even further with his radical teaching. "Love your enemies. Do good to those who hate you." Both philosophies argue that our response to negativity determines our inner peace, whether by reframing suffering through logic or by embracing forgiveness and love. These shared principles suggest a profound connection between Stoic wisdom and Jesus' message. But do they fully align? Or does Jesus' philosophy diverge in fundamental ways? Let's explore where these two perspectives part ways. While Jesus and the Stoics share many philosophical similarities, their perspectives on God, love, and salvation create fundamental distinctions between them. One of the most striking differences is their understanding of God and the divine. Stoicism presents a pantheistic view, seeing God not as a personal being, but as the rational order of the universe itself, an all-encompassing force of nature that governs everything. In contrast, Christianity teaches that God is a personal, loving, and transcendent being, separate from his creation, yet deeply involved in it. Jesus' relationship with God is one of intimacy and trust, referring to him as Father and emphasizing a divine connection built on love rather than mere reason. Another major difference is their approach to emotions, compassion, and love. Stoicism teaches that emotional detachment is the key to inner peace, encouraging individuals to rise above their feelings and remain unmoved by external circumstances. A Stoic would argue that sorrow, anger, or even excessive joy should be tempered by reason, preventing emotions from clouding judgment. In contrast, Jesus embraces compassion, mercy, and radical love, not as a sign of weakness but as a powerful force for transformation. While the Stoics often advocate for enduring suffering with resilience, Jesus goes further, teaching that suffering should be met with love, forgiveness, and grace. His famous words on the cross, "Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they are doing," demonstrate a level of unconditional mercy that goes beyond Stoic emotional restraint. The final and perhaps most profound difference lies in their views on salvation and the ultimate purpose of life. For the Stoics, the highest goal is attaining wisdom and virtue, leading to self-sufficiency and inner tranquility. A person achieves peace, not by relying on external forces, but by aligning with nature and accepting fate with grace. Christianity, on the other hand, asserts that no one can achieve true fulfillment through personal effort alone. Faith in God is essential for salvation. Jesus teaches that human virtue, while valuable, is not enough. Grace, redemption, and a personal relationship with God are what ultimately lead to eternal life. Though Stoicism and Christianity share a deep concern for moral character and inner peace, their core messages diverge. While Stoicism seeks peace through logic and self-discipline, Jesus offers a path rooted in faith, grace, and divine love. Was Jesus a Stoic? Well, not exactly. While it's clear that there are many overlaps between the teachings of Jesus and Stoic philosophy, particularly when it comes to self-control, personal virtue, and the pursuit of inner peace, Jesus' message goes much further. Stoicism emphasizes rationality and self-mastery as paths to peace, while Jesus' teachings are deeply rooted in love, grace, and a personal relationship with God. His words about forgiveness, mercy, and love transcend what Stoicism offers, calling us to a higher, more transformative understanding of the human experience. Jesus emphasizes the importance of faith and the unconditional love of God, something that goes beyond mere self-improvement. The Stoic focus on personal virtue might align with some of Jesus' teachings, but his message invites us into a deeper connection with the divine, a sense of grace that we can't earn but are invited to receive. In many ways, Christianity moves beyond the personal realm and opens up the idea of transforming the world through love and forgiveness, concepts that are central to Jesus' teachings but aren't necessarily core tenets of Stoic philosophy. So, could Stoicism and Christianity complement each other? Or are they fundamentally different in their approaches to life and virtue? Some might argue they can work in harmony, with Stoic practices enhancing the Christian journey of self-discipline and reflection, while others may see the differences as too stark to reconcile. We'd love to hear your thoughts on this fascinating intersection of philosophy and spirituality in the comments below. If this discussion sparked some curiosity in you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you won't miss more thought-provoking content coming your way.